Will everyone need a booster shot? And if so, when?
Well, we heard today, we know that the TGA was meeting today to have those conversations about the next steps. We've already approved and rolling out the vaccine for those people that didn't mount a full response the first time, so those people who are immunocompromised. But they're also looking very closely, obviously, at the people who similarly might not have mounted such a good response, the elderly and frail, the people that are more likely to see waning immunity, and those frontline workers who are the ones particularly with the high and more consistent exposure. So we'll hear more about that. It's certainly been the pattern overseas that those are the groups that are prioritised. We do know that they're looking around the 6-month mark. And so it's the groups who are in 1A, 1B. Aged care residents is, one of those particular groups. But beyond that, the Health Minister suggested that if we are going ahead and offering people that third dose, that it then will be open. It'll be something that's much more manageable than the first round. We don't have to try and match your first and second dose and make sure that we can guarantee that supply. We now have sufficient supply, single dose, much more straightforward. So they'll be looking at all the information, including people's reactions, side effects and so on, but I don't think we're seeing anything to worry about there. And I expect we'll hear very soon, given they're deliberating today on some of the data, and that will give us a good idea. But I think we're looking at 6 months post-second dose is the plan, but the priority will be to those most at risk, the elderly, aged care and frontline workers.
Well, that makes sense, and that would be easy to start rolling that out to those more vulnerable categories starting pretty soon, I imagine. But for the rest of Australia, it should be like when you go to your GP for something else or for a checkup, it might be something you just work into it, a booster shot for your coronavirus, wouldn't it?
Yeah, it might be. It might be that we yet to see what happens with the virus in the community. It might depend whether there's local outbreaks going on. If you're coming up to 6 months, you might be encouraged to go and get your shot then.